Oh, that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
Thank you very
no
much.
problem at all.
I feel like I've won the cup.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very
problem at all.
much. That's a really nice thing to do.
That's a really
I'm quite
fantastic
moved, actually.
gesture.
Yeah, I'm quite moved on that. Yeah, nothing from George, I noticed.
No. Well, maybe you'll get something if George can win.
A couple of lake balls, apparently, he's brought me. A couple of lake balls.
Well, guys, we wish you all the very best today, and who knows, maybe we will see you in the final later.
Thank you very much.
Hope so.
Okay.
Well done, George.
Yeah.
The London Club has already established itself as a world-class venue, thanks largely to Heath Harvey.
I've known William for about 10 years, so I've always been an admirer of his style and panache, and when he approached me about the event, I thought, well, it's something we'll have to consider, so it wasn't too big an ask. It's been a breath of fresh air, it's been really good fun. I mean, it doesn't really matter what you shoot in this event, it's about going back to what golf used to be about a long time ago, and it's tongue-in-cheek at the same time as being competitive. It's damn good fun. We can all play in our respective club championships every week, but it's not every week you get to experience the pressures of a professional tournament, and that's what the Trilby Tour's tried to recreate. So for people who haven't been used to being announced on the tee and having to sort of walk around all the hoarding to the tee and what have you, then it's a different type of pressure to what you're used to, and that's part and parcel of the fun. We try to create a progressive club atmosphere here. The sharp end of the wedge is delivering absolute quality on the golf courses, which are the sorts of things which deliver the likes of the European Open to us for the last 2 years. Then on perhaps a more frivolous but equally enjoyable end of the wedge is things like the Trilby Tour. So, you know, it's a very broad church, my role, but hugely enjoyable. Anything playing towards the gates will be into the wind today, so the dog leg 14th hole will be a tough hole, and the holes over the water as well. As soon as the wind comes into play, the par 3's over water, and the 5th with your second shot over the water. Most people like to take that shot on and recreate something they've seen on Sky TV at the European Open, and you know, as I say, a little bit of wind makes all those holes fairly unpredictable.
As the Trilby Tour enters its 3rd year, being part of the phenomenon has become an experience in itself. There just isn't anything like this event in the world of golf.
To be honest, I'm delighted with the way that it's turned out over the last 3 years. I think, 3 years ago when William had the initial idea, I think we were all a little bit sceptical. We got involved because it was William, we wanted to support him, and he promised us it would become a really major event that would be covered on TV and get really good press and really good PR. And I think at the time we took a little bit of a punt and we said we'd get involved. But to be fair to him, he's been true to his word, and it's been a great success. It's just a great opportunity for brand building and brand awareness for us. And the association with William and Savile Row, and it just fits beautifully with Pure Luxury.
For us as a company, I mean, we've only been going a couple of years in what we're doing now, and to be associated with such an event that seems to be moving from strength to strength is fantastic for us.
It's exciting because obviously it starts with a lot of people, and then it comes right down to the climax on the last day, which we're all looking forward to this evening, so the shoot-off, the play-off, whatever you want to call it. So I think in that respect it really creates a buzz and a real excitement on the day. So it's great that it's not spread over a long period of time and people sort of get a little bit tired of it after a while. It's all here, it's all today, and there's going to be a winner tonight, so that makes it very exciting.
Oh, well, the courses are absolutely fantastic. We've played at the London Club and the Buckinghamshire, and did we go around scratch or one or two over? But no, they're absolutely fantastic courses, and with all of the banners up, they look superb, and obviously, very much like a European tour.
Unfortunately, I've not played on it this year. I'll definitely be having my name down next year. The setup and the way everything's run here is just second to none. I think it's a great experience for all the amateurs to feel the way the pros do, the way it's set up, and the course looks beautiful. So I think it's amazing. Yeah.
In a couple of times where it's been really close, you could almost call it cruel. I think William Hunt's almost a Simon Cowell of golf, isn't he, on a couple of occasions? But that's what it's all about. And I think that's why it works, and that's why it's got the following. And I think as long as it continues with that format, it will continue to grow.
In such a high-pressure environment for these amateurs, it's rarely about what happens out on the golf course. It's more about what goes on in the space between the ears, as Trilby Tour psychologist Stephen Sylvester knows all too well.
Stephen Sylvester, Trilby Tour psychologist. Well, it represents a great day for the amateur golfer. Here they have a chance of being a professional for one day in their life. And not only are they dressing like a professional, but they've also got the crowd, they've got the TV cameras, and the whole occasion makes them feel very special. And getting around talking to a lot of them, they're just totally excited to be here. They turn up in the morning and they look fantastic. And they are happy. They're in what I call a happy mode, ready for action. And then the trouble starts. They get on the course and they realise, oh my gosh, I really want to do well here. And as they start to try and do well, the emotions start rolling, and that's when all things change. And what we've got in this scenario is they're going to be playing for a length of time through 18 holes, then they're stopping and it's a playoff scenario. The top 4 players are in a playoff, and that then amounts to major stress. It's all about decisions, and in the playoff you have to make the right decisions at the right time. For me, this represents a great opportunity to work with golfers, amateur golfers, watching them, seeing where they go when stress comes on. And it's a world apart from what I do from 9 to 5, where I spend my time working with organisations, looking at the right people in the right role, trying to make the right decision with the right set of skills. Here we've got an amateur golfer acting as if he's a professional golfer, having to make the right decisions under stress. And if they're not aware of where their emotions go, they end up not playing as well as they ought to.
So it's nearly time to get the players out onto the course. 120 men down to a 4-man playoff, coming up after the break.
The William Hunt Trilby Tour, sponsored by netflights.com. The William Hunt Trilby Tour, sponsored by netflights.com. Welcome back to the London Club. Over 7,000 gruelling golf yards awaited the Trilby Tour amateur finalists on the Heritage course, the same track that the pros played at the European Open. And if that wasn't daunting enough, there was no place to hide on finals day, with only 4 playoff places available to the top Stableford scorers from a field of 120 players. Martin Smith had to reload at the first tee. His provisional ball ended up staying with him for the round though, and to good effect, as we'll find out later. Overall, the amateurs played very well on a course set up for European Tour pros, with some players cashing in on camera. Brett Potter saving par in style at the 5th. Charlie Lydiard, having qualified comfortably at the Buckinghamshire, came to the amateur final as the youngest player at just 19, with the joint lowest handicap at just 1, and many people's pre-tournament favourite. And you can see why. Omar Butt was the young man who amassed the biggest Trilby Tour Stableford total at this year's qualifiers, 42 points no less. Here at the London Club, Omar made a very good start to his day, and it could have been even better. Mid-30s was the score predicted to put players in with a shout at playoff glory, and Omar was well on his way. Back at the first tee was another qualification winner, Jason Newton, who shared top spot and 37 points at the London Club event with Robert Williams, and was hoping to take that course knowledge into the finals, but his first tee shot was to reflect his round. Not quite on the money. Now, if Charlie Lydiard was the youngest player at the finals, then this man, John O'Dea, was the oldest.